Yes, lads, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. Then, welcome back right about now. ISCO wanted by Arsenal. A new kit is going to be announced this week, and it will be first shown against Rangers on Saturday, as well as Ruben Nevez talks have intensified. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Cossy. I'm going to speak a couple of things around Arsenal. Like I said, I will give you the updates. That is all I can do. I will give the updates as they go down. First and foremost, do smash that like button on the video. Sorry for that. Please make sure you do reward me by subscribing to the channel. That is merciful and mercilessly appreciated. And of course, do get in your opinions in the comment section about the stories that we deliver every hour, every second. Make sure you're commenting. Make sure you do give me your opinions down in the comments below. Now, according to Charles Watts, this is where we begin. Charles Watts has said Arsenal will officially launch their new home kit this week, and it will be first used on Saturday in our pre-season game against Rangers in Scotland. Now it looks like this, right? Hope you can see it. Hope you really can see it, right? So this is it looks like that. That should be our new home kit. Of course, you've got that red, white big stripe, in the sides that I really don't like. It makes it look so white. And anyway, so the kit launch will be this week. So make sure you grab your new kit. I'm not even sure. Should we buy these kits and support Arsenal and the Cronkies? Should we not buy the kits? There's a big question, but the kit is coming out, and anyone who's been asking yourself, when is the new kit? When is the new? Of course, the away kit for this season, which is yellow, apparently yellow, has already been shown to the fans, and we played the last game of the season in that kit. The home kit, like I said, the launching is this week, and we will have we will have the first game against Rangers in that new home kit. Of course, we have a third kit that doesn't look so good, but I hope it will be announced as well by Arsenal this week. Of course, let's get into the transfer news, because that is where the interest is. I'm really sure. ISCO is wanted by Arsenal as well as Spurs, and talks are intensifying. According to Court Offside, talks are intensifying between Arsenal and Wolves for Ruben Nevez. Let's get the party started. Start off with ISCO. A couple of reports have actually confirmed that Madrid have put ISCO out of their plans for next season. He's no longer valued. He's no longer looked at as an integral part of this team. He's no longer looked at as a player that will actually be part of Real Madrid next season. A couple of clubs have put in their interest, starting with Spurs as well as Arsenal. The first question I would like to ask you is, would you take Isco and Arsenal? Is it that is he your player? Is he your man? 5 years ago, 6 years ago, Isco was my man. I loved him so much. I think he took the wrong turn from Malaga to Real Madrid. By that time, Arsenal were interested in him. I think, look, I don't mean Arsenal were the best destination there, but probably he could have tried. If he had tried Arsenal, maybe things could have been better for him. But of course, I don't think he really does regret he's won a couple of titles, Champions Leagues, the league with Real Madrid. I think he's really had a successful career, despite the fact that in the past 2 seasons he's not had game time at Real Madrid. Now, apparently, Arsenal is interested in Isco, who can play as a central midfielder as also as an attacking midfielder as well. Big question, big transfer. I mean, Isco is really talented. Getting old, you're bringing him in, and a player that has not played any minutes for almost the whole season. I don't think it's a transfer we need to do. I mean, financially, and if you're going to make it make sense, it doesn't make sense. Isco, good player, good player. I don't take him at Arsenal. I think at the moment we need to look at very different things. Reports from Italy are also indicating that Arsenal are slowly pulling out of the Manuel Locatelli deal, right? Arsenal are slowly pulling out of the Manuel Locatelli deal. And this is as a result of Juventus and Sassuolo playing hide and seek. Time is running out. And I think it's a smart move for Arsenal. I mean, yes, we want the player. We are interested in such a talent. But there's no way you're going to waste a lot of time on a player that has not yet decided whether it's either Juventus or he stays or he goes abroad, on a club that has not decided whether they either sell to Juventus or they sell abroad. It's high time we moved away. We can't go for 2 Premier League proven players in Ruben Nevez or Yves Bissouma. I think they can give us what we want. Manuel Locatelli, yes, he's a very good player. He's been out in Italy and has had a very good very good season with Sassuolo. But for me, it's them wasting time. We've got to move on. We've got to go to the next steps. And for me, when it comes to wasting time, I know how Arsenal can do that. I don't want that. I don't want the same things that have been happening in the past summers to really happen to us. I would prefer it doesn't happen. I would prefer we go to other sources. We go to other players. And let's look at Ruben Nevez. Let's look at other players. Bye-bye, Manuel Locatelli. We wanted you, bro, but it seems a deal is so difficult. Let's talk about Ruben Nevez then, because Nevez is the focal point of this story. And according to Magnus Eriksson, that's the name, quote offside, he said Arsenal are negotiating a potential 35 transfer to fix a problem position, and the man in himself is Ruben Nevez. So they're saying Arsenal are in talks over a potential transfer deal for Wolves midfielder Ruben Nevez. The Portugal international is seemingly a top target for Mikel Arteta this summer, and negotiations have already taken place according to Record. This follows previous gossip linking Nevez with Arsenal, with the Athletic suggesting that he could leave Wolves for as little as 35 million euros this summer. The player is much interested in the move as well. Now, look, I mean, I say this, and I'm a little bit sorry, because I said this at the beginning of the summer, and I said players won't want to sign for Arsenal. We are not attractive. We're not gonna bring in sensible players. But now I think I was wrong. I think if you look at this summer, it is money. If you look at this transfer market, it is money. You can sign Mbappe now. You can sign Erling Haaland. For me, it is the money. Yes, there are a few players like Eduardo Camavinga who want Champions League football, and they feel, I don't want to go to Arsenal. They don't have that Champions League football. They don't have that touch, of Champions League. And you do understand he's a young player, and that is his ambition, to play in the Champions League. And of course, a couple of other players like Houssem Aouar, who have always been focused on Champions League, and now apparently has agreed to join Arsenal despite the fact that we do not have it. So I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think it is Champions League versus money, and money is always gonna win. So despite the fact that Arsenal do not have European League football, it doesn't matter. Ruben Nevez wants to join Arsenal despite the fact that you don't have Champions League or anything like that. And I think the reason why we have so many players that would be willing to join us, one, you have lots of talent around, so many players on the transfer market. Two, you have clubs that do need money. Trust me, if you took 30 million to Brighton for Bissouma, they would take it. 35 million pounds to Wolves for Nevez, they would take it. 40 million euros to Rene for Camavinga, they would take it. 40 million euros for Renato Sanchez to Lille Metropole, they would take it. Look, apart from a few exceptionals like Declan Rice, I think the rest of the players are buyable. Really, you could purchase them. It's all about what is your purchasing power. So literally, we have Intesify talks with Wolves to sign the player. At the moment, there is no information. What is the nature of the deal like? How much are we willing to pay? How much? We know how much they want. Around 35 million euros. I don't think Arsenal is gonna give you that amount when you ask for it straight away. So if they want 35 million euros, maybe, probably, you could see a deal happen at around 28, 27, or 30 million euros. And I think it will be really, really, really a big, big bargain. Player with a lot of experience in the Premier League, a player with a lot of caps in the Premier League, and a player that has that profile, that he has that architecture that you need in that area. Do smash a like on the video. Do subscribe. There is I'm expecting a new partnership coming up. So if we get a new partnership, guys, make sure you do follow. Make sure I do give them a very, very, very big audience. So probably we could have a new partnership coming up. If it comes up, I'm gonna be very, very happy to announce it either in the coming days. So stay tuned at Cossy's Arsenal podcast.